As we work today on a story that has a salamander in it, what I'm going to ask you guys to make sure is to think about when there are two people talking, that we want to make sure that we
both stop and let one of the and decide which one is gonna go.
So inviting the other person to share their thinking, and then being very, very careful that if someone isn't finished with their thought, that we don't start talking while they're still talking. There are signs that we can check by looking at the person who's speaking, and we start to notice if they kind of seem like that they're finished with their thoughts, okay, before you start talking, right? And then one of the other things we were thinking about is how do we make sure that when we are talking about our thinking, that there's words in the book or pictures in the book that support our thinking.
Yeah.
And we have to decide, because if we start talking about a lot of things that are not about the book, then what happens is we can end up going away from the book so much that we aren't really talking about the book anymore. We're talking about the topic, but not talking about the book. We've got a story that we're going to get started on right here called Salamander Surprise.
Hey, I saw that on the back of the book.
Yeah, on the back of the books you can see.
That's this.
Amazing salamander. Wait, Miss Debra, that salamander is that the lion salamander.
Yeah, no, the tiger.
Okay.
It's the tiger
All right.
salamander.
So sit back in your seats and let's get started with the story.
Man, I wish
So-
we weren't done with Amazing Salamanders.
Well, we'll be doing some more reading and thinking about that book too. One of the things we want to do as we're starting a story is to look down the contents page, and it starts to give us a little sense of how the story might go. So take a look at chapter 1 on the table of contents, just looking right here. Pet Day. And then what's chapter 2?
What a disaster.
What a disaster.
Missing salamander. Pet rescue.
A note from
A note from the author.
I have
All right.
something to say. Like, you know about the wolf? We looked at the wolf story, and we looked at the table of contents, and we didn't know the space. Yeah, and we looked at the table of contents. We didn't get it because it didn't match. But I understand, and it makes sense. Like, pet day is when you get the pet, and what a disaster! Like, maybe something bad happens, like the pet is probably missing, and then the missing salamander, and then someone rescues the salamander.
You got a little sense of how a story might go, don't you?
It's a prediction.
Yeah, prediction there. So go over to the beginning of chapter 1.
Yay.
All right.
No.
So now take a look.
That's a dog.
Take a look here on chapter 1. And so you were expecting a salamander, weren't you? But now we've got a dog here. So here's what I want you to do. On this beginning here, I want you just to read these first 2 pages and stop right there. And I want you to think about what's going on in our story. Zayden, you want to start us off? So what do you know so far in our story?
I'll wait for them.
Oh, you go ahead. You go ahead and start us off, and then we'll join in. Thank you for offering.
It said, wait a minute. Oh yeah, it said here that the girl, she couldn't hardly wait to go to school because she couldn't hardly wait to go to school that morning, and
Can you tell us why?
because it was pet day.
Oh, who can add on to Zayden's thinking?
And she wanted to.
And she wanted to show her dog Goldie to her friend.
Oh.
So they could be jealous. Yeah,
What's going on with that?
Be jealous of my pet. Jealousy.
So what's this girl wanting everybody to think?
She wants everyone to think that
She wants everybody
the
to be
coolest
jealous
kid in
of her
school.
pet.
Oh. Now, why would you want somebody to be jealous?
So then
They can be the coolest kid in school.
no,
because
so they can be known as the best pet ever.
because
Yeah. So you figured out our character. Notice how you've done this. You figured out we've got this girl, and they didn't tell us her name, did they? No? So we've got this girl. She's got this pet. What's her pet's name?
Goldie.
Goldie.
And it says here, everyone at school will be so jealous of my pet, I whispered to him.
Now, the way we figure out our characters is from what they say and do. So what did that help you figure out?
It helped me.
Hold on just a moment, because she shared the line, so she's going to share her thinking.
That
What
helped
did it
me
tell you?
figure out that she was like more excited than ever to go to school so that she can be the best person at the school.
Wait.
All right, let's see what happens.
So you know how in this page she wanted everyone to be jealous of her dog, and then whenever in this page she was so
Which she, can you?
she was like Isabella.
Uh-huh.
She was excited for it too, and whenever she saw the dog, she was amazed.
And
pretty much.
how do you know she just was so amazed with this dog?
Because
What was your
she
clue?
was it said she was really excited, and then here she wanted everyone to be jealous of her dog, right? But then now everyone's gonna be might be jealous about her salamander.
Ah,
I think that now that Isabella showed the girl her pet, then she's either like scared of it or she's like jealous. Now she's jealous.
Ryan, what are you thinking?
When Isabella showed her pet, the girl got scared of it, and she said, "What's that creature?"
She thought that like what us thought when we read the Amazing Salamander. She's like, what is it? A lizard?
That's
Like
what I thought.
yeah, just like from Amazing Salamanders.
And
But then Isabella said no. Sam's.
I want to say
Now I know what Salamander's name is.
I want to say like she doesn't like it. She thinks it's gross.
Which she? Are you talking about? The girl or Isabella?
The girl, she.
Oh,
The girl, she thinks that the salamander is disgusting because she said yuck, and it says, and she said, I really didn't want to touch an ugly creature like that. And if Isabella noticed it, she would be so sad and mad.
as we're starting our fiction story, you were thinking about right away, we had to figure out kind of what was going to go on in our story. And when we're in a fiction story, the first thing a reader has to do is figure out who's the story about, what kind of things are going to go on in the story, and you start getting a sense of kind of what kinds of challenges might be coming up for this character. So we found this girl right away. She's the main character in our story, right? Yeah, we don't have a name for her. And we know that there was this pet day going on, so she's going off to school and taking her pet. And then you did this really important thing. So eyes look at me. Close your book up. Eyes look right up here. One of the things that you did that was super important was you noticed right here when she says, everyone at school will be jealous of my pet. So you noticed something that she said, and that helped you to figure out how that character was feeling and thinking and what was going on with her. So what our characters say and do help us know what kind of people they are, what they are like in their heart. Okay? So that's what you're going to continue to do as you read through chapters 2 and 3 and 4, all on your own, to get ready for our conversation tomorrow.